It's a long time waiting. We'll eventually be able to play Diablo 2 Resurrected, or Resurrection. I forgot what it's called, but we'll play that later on too. I'm kind of hoping it comes out before Diablo 4. Then we'll also play Diablo 4, most likely on PS5. I'll also get the PC version for anyone wanting to play Diablo 4 with me on PC and stuff like that. So there you guys go. You're invited to join me in my Diablo adventure, but not during this playthrough. We'll also probably, this will also probably be a Coffee with Vince stream. Like once we're done with this playthrough, we'll move this game into the realm of Coffee with Vince. So that will also be a thing. But we're playing this, we're starting this playthrough on the day of International Women's Day. So we're gonna make a female barbarian. What better way? I was thinking of a different class. It's like, you know what? You know what I'm kind of thinking though? Maybe not that. Maybe we should go Necromancer. Or Witch Doctor. It's either Necromancer or Necromancer or Barbarian. I don't know. I'm feeling the super Barbarian for this playthrough, so we might do that. Hardcore Hero, Seasonal, or Hardcore Seasonal. We're not gonna do the seasons. We're just gonna play straight up, like, straight up original what Diablo 3 is. It has been such a long time since I've digested the story. You know, you see anyone on YouTube or on Twitch playing Diablo 3, no one's ever doing story anymore. And it's because they've done it before, but still, like, no one focuses on it. It's like, I almost forgot what happened in Diablo 3's story. And it's like, it wasn't technically bad, but it just got overshadowed by everyone just trying to do riffs and season stuff. I was like, man, I missed the days of Diablo 2, which finally we're getting a remaster that looks super promising. I can't wait. I really hope that's gonna be a thing. Oh, Freya? That's perfect. Don't even have to like try and figure out a name. We got the name. Freya, there you go. Okay. Let's see if I need to change anything. Elective mode. Enable as to assign of. Oh yeah, I want that. Display player health bar, don't care about that. Display monster health bar, yes. Display player name, don't care. Display numbers, damage numbers and critical numbers. Display long floating combat numbers. We don't need that. Defensive message, tutorial. All this is just kind of optional. Quest dialogue subtitles. I do that. Save zones are. I think they're good. Calibrate gamma. Oh, we're good. Oh yeah, we had music off and everything. Because we used to do casual streams of this. I think it's been a long time since I've actually heard the music in this game too. Okay, we did that. Game settings, we're gonna do the campaign, Act 1. Yep. Okay, before that, anything else? Nah, I think we're good. Alright, and well, this is a new character. We'll start normal and then we'll go increase our difficulty as we get better geared over and over and over. But yeah, it's been a long time since I played the campaign of Diablo 3. Very long time. Like, super long.
I tire of the empty battles I once craved. I wander, outcast, while my tribe curses the gods who abandoned us. Our home is in ruins, yet I stand firm. 6 days ago, the falling star struck the town of Tristram. The dead rose in its wake. What evil is this? Could it be what I have sought these long years?
That booty!
A foe worthy of my blade.
My god.
This place reeks of death. The fallen star is near.
Yeah, we have a cleave. I think that's cleave. Yeah, boy, it's Diablo time. I can be stronger than a freaking female barbarian. It's like, Jesus. Get the fuck out of here.
I seek the fallen star.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
They keep coming.
Mm-hmm.
Smile.
Never seen anyone
Kathos.
fight like that before. Guards, open the gates.
Oh.
You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
Cool. Alright, I need to move some stuff for you guys. I think, actually might be better if we hide it up here. And then you guys can, like, talk below me. I think that. Alright.
Burn those corpses before they rise again.
The dead have been a bane on our existence since that cursed fire fell. We have to burn them, just to make sure they don't rise from the grave.
I came here to study the fall of old Tristram. This is closer to the town's history than I want to be.
Zakharum has fallen to disgrace. What faith can save us now? It is the end of the world. Can't you see that? May the gods who abandoned us come to your aid one last time.
Found some interesting things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
Oh, wow. I forgot how much money I have. Just noticed, like, how much fucking money I have. Like 29k. Yeah, I'm good. I'm not really gonna buy stuff during this playthrough.
And now he's dead.
What we're gonna do though.
Nothing ever seems to change in New Tristram, does it?
What do you mean?
There's always some threat of the risen dead or foul evil descending on the town, isn't there?
Okay. Oh, he's already level 12. Yeah, all my progress just transfers over to another character. As long as there's a character that's like level 60 and then exalted. Yeah, so everyone's pretty much already updated and shit. It's been so long since I played this game. Wings? The Overwatch wings. Mercy's wings. We have the tentacles. Let's do the dark ones. Oh yeah, we get a pet. I like the loot one. Makes sense with that. spider. Got the dog ghoul bones. Zoom mimic. Portrait, necromancer. Oh, you got the paragons and stuff. Sure. Oh, paragon 60. All right. Already looks super ridiculous. Actually, during the playthrough, I might take that off. I don't. It's just. It looks a little. It's a little silly, to be honest. I'll keep the pet because he picks up your. He picks up your shit.
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but watch out! The wounded are turning!
Uh-oh.
This is killing business.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
I will send them back to their graves. I will save your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Yeah, let's go to the gate. Oh, wait.
For many years, villagers were too afraid to settle near the ruins of the cursed town Tristram. But as time went by, adventurers arrived to loot the old cathedral, and their business was profitable enough that New Tristram sprang up to accommodate them. Fewer travelers visit now, though, and the town is mostly populated by craftsmen and farmers.
How can I help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Your warriors will be avenged.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
Whoa.
Not enough fury.
That's one of the wretched mothers.
There we go.
There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
So we got a dagger for now. Oh yeah, and the story don't really have a waypoint. Try to get some gear. Cool, I got some gloves. Got some shirt. It's like, yeah, cloth tunic. Totally a barbarian thing. Got some shoes. I just need to kill one more wretched mother. Wherever it could be.
The ancients grant me strength.
Level 3. Ah. Oh, now we got cleave. That's good. That's good. Speaking of skills, yeah, I want to do cleave. Yeah, cleave is nice, especially when you're just leveling. Sweet.
Task is done. These unholy creatures can rest now.
Okay. Alright, now I need to go to old ruins.
Old Tristram. Diablo himself once walked this place.
Praise the powers that be. Griswold bless his dear heart. Risked everything to bring that dear boy home from the cathedral. Though he is troubled and moody now, I am certain it will pass, and he will once again be the sweet wort we all love.
Alright. Sweet.
Thank you for your help, but could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him. I grow stronger.
When Leah told us the dead were pouring out of the cathedral, we quickly went to put an end to it. At first it seemed we were succeeding, but they just kept coming. We were overcome. Captain Dalton and the men fought valiantly. They protected me. I am no soldier. I was a farmer.
Still recharging.
I volunteered to help because it seemed the right thing to do. But I'm no leader of men.
You are filled with fear. You must lead from strength.
That's a simple thing for you to say. You were born to fight monsters like the risen dead. Me? I'm just a farmer.
I'm just a farm boy.
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Oakley dokley.
It doesn't seem likely the Deckard King could have survived down in the cathedral this long, does it?
He is alive, and I will rescue him.
You seem quite sure of yourself. Do you know something I don't?
Let's jump that. Oh, better boots. Alright. That's... Alright. Cool.
Here, let me open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What of your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
Boop, 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 boop. Going through. Adria's hut.
Look, a hidden cellar. Follow me.
Mother had her secrets.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it. Captain Dalton!
He's dead now. Captain Dalton is no more.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
For a long time, Uncle Deckard avoided coming back to this place. There were a lot of ghosts here for him. This is where Diablo drove old King Leoric mad and terrorized the people. I don't know what really happened here, but whatever it was horrible. Nearly everyone who survived went mad.
How did your mother die?
Well, details are hazy, but I know that Adria was obsessed with chasing the arcane. She knew she could never raise a child. Uncle Deckard believes that the madness and horror of her life finally caught up with her.
Okay. Get out of here. Ah. It's kind of just nice to just play through the story once more.
Tristram Cathedral. The fallen star lies within.
There we go. It's funny, I still kind of remember the music.
This is where the star fell.
Ultra kill. Breaking items speed you up.
We thought we could keep the dead trapped here. Akarat, save me.
My name is Latdanan, and I...
Excuse me. I'm trying to remember if you can... Oh yeah, you can do both. Keep that for now.
I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Hey, we got a sash. Oh, that was useless.
I gained new power.
Oh. We can now rend. I don't remember if I'm gonna use rend. Who nearby has causing it to bleed for 5 seconds. Seismic slam. Oh no, yeah, whirlwind. It's gonna be the one of the things I'll be using. Spin the wind, baby.
Those mushrooms are immense.
Black mushroom.
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the...
Excuse me.
King's ear and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement and sent us off to die.
I'm all dead. Boop. 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 Ow. I do like how you can get weapons that you can't use.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this ledge hold. The Skeleton King?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
He's summoning.
Hey, I will save you!
Stay back!
Need more time.
There we go.
Oh, thank you. But why did you risk yourself for me?
I have need of your knowledge, Deckard Cain. Leah will be happy that you live.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
Very well.
We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
I have honored my pledge to Leah and rescued Cain. All that stands between me and the mystery of the fallen star is the Skeleton King, whose return has again darkened Tristram.
Oh yes, the Skeleton King.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Time is running short. What can you tell me of the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Ah, yes.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
A sad tale, but I seek the fallen star, and he stands in my way.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts. Leah, you should not dismiss the signs so lightly. Do you not believe the evidence of your own eyes?
Horrors have visited Tristram before, and it endured.
But what of the texts? The Zakarum tomes warn of a falling star. The Herodric scroll spoke of the dead rising, and the Lord of Lies. The prophecy of the end days says that at the end of all things, the first sign shall appear
People
in
are
the
entitled
heavens.
to that now?
Yes,
Oh my
you've been telling me about the texts since I was 8 years old, Uncle. I just don't think we should read too much into them.
Hey, Lars, though.
I've spent most of my life traveling from place to place with Uncle Deckard while he did his crazy research.
What does your uncle see?
Be busy watching me.
He's convinced that the forces of hell will invade our world and bring about the end times. All these years, he's still searching for a way to stop this apocalypse.
What did you learn of your mother?
She wasn't from Tristram originally. She came here during the Troubles. She was in search of something, but I'm not sure
Turn
what.
off your phone all day.
She reminds me of Uncle Deckard, obsessed with the war between angels and demons.
Sometimes you just have to do it, man.
I am the last of the Herodrim. I couldn't always claim this, In fact, if I had turned to the Horodric teachings sooner, Diablo could have been stopped before his reign of terror began.
You cannot believe this.
When the first signs appeared, I did nothing. I had shrugged the old tales off like they were so much fantasy. And Tristram, no, the world has paid dearly for my arrogance. I have tried to make up for my failings. Leah and I have spent her lifetime scouring the world, collecting pieces of the prophecy of the end days. If I can decipher it, we will have the key to defeating the Lords of Hell.
Yes. Can't believe it's snowing. How you doing? That's good. Doing good.
You and Leah seem to care much for each other.
That's the third game of the day.
I do not know what my life would have been like had I not raised her.
Cameo.
Oh, it must have been difficult for Leah.
It was a
following
launch title
old
for
man on a
Xbox
mad
360.
search for the secrets to defeating the lords of the burning hells.
No, I didn't.
But
Oh,
though
her
she
hair color's
has
still
seen
the
her
same.
share of mysterious things, she is still unsure
With
of
some,
my
like, little
quest.
blonde spots.
I can understand. She has never seen anything like Diablo and his brothers. The prophecy of the end days is contained within the Horodric tomes I inherited from my ancestor, Jared Kane. It is a warning to those who could interpret it regarding Hell's ultimate invasion of our world.
Oh, you saw the
written by many
border.
different people throughout history, in many different lands. All known versions of the prophecy are incomplete. I have spent a good part of the past 20 years trying to complete it. I am certain it holds the answers to defeating the Lords of Hell.
Diablo drove Leoric to madness?
Leoric resisted Diablo's attempts to possess him, but the effort left him weak and confused. When his son Albrecht was kidnapped to be a vessel for Diablo, it destroyed any sanity Leoric had left.
And after he became the Skeleton King?
He commanded an army of the dead deep within the cathedral, finally serving the Lord of Terror he had resisted while alive. Many adventurers tried and failed to slay the Skeleton King. It was left to Leoric's eldest son, Aiden, to finally kill the monster his father had become.
I think that's it.
These dark events tax us. I worry for Hadrig, our blacksmith, most of all. His wife has been injured, and he is tasked with seeing to those who may turn. His family has suffered under this curse before. His grandfather, the Chancellor to King Leoric, was killed when the evil first spread over Tristram 20 years ago.
I need to check on him.
Leah spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded.
What? She was out defending the gates this morning. What is driving that woman?
Pure willpower.
Chelsea, how sweet of you to ask. My people, the Vetchin, are nomads, always traveling, looking for the land we might settle. All of us have the sight, but few have it as strong as myself. You know, men have always pursued me for my visions. Well, for things other than my visions. But everyone wants to know what the future holds.
My future holds death for those who seek to do this world harm.
Always with the fighting and the battle cries. Can't you stop and enjoy the warmth of a good man? The world is constantly renewing itself, eternally playing out the same events over and over again. We can merely play our parts.
Must you always speak in riddles?
I speak clearly. Do not blame me for the state of your mind.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
Blacksmith, Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
It is regrettable, but it must be done. I will help you.
Thank you. Follow me.
Okay, let's do it.
Friends, I'm sorry.
It must be done.
My love, forgive me.
Hedrig! Help me! More fury.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
Hedrig, I need your aid. I must find Leoric's crown.
I can help you there. It's buried with his Chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
What? Forgot he had an apprentice. Like, wait a minute. I'm trying to remember if he dies or something like that. It's like, I don't remember him having an apprentice. There we go.
That creature must die.
Ah, double
The
damage.
ancients smile on me.
Sweet. Ah, here we go. Oh. 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 More, I say more. Ah, yes, an XP boost. Very nice. Why you run? There we go. Cool. Do that too. So we'll do all those. Okay, everything else has been jumped. I'll go through those items once I get back into town. Okay, I need to find that cemetery. I just need to follow the road. Oh, shit. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, pushback. They rise and rise again. Checkpoint. So I was like wondering what that laughing was. Like, doesn't sound like elite goblin. Can't break that open. dead zone. Yep. It's like, when's the last time you guys seen someone play the Diablo 3 story? By a long time. It's a much different experience, that's for sure. Hey, we finally got a helmet.
The crown must be in a different crypt.
Well, then we go to a different crypt. Next. Maybe this one? Watch, this is gonna be the last one. I think they usually make it the last one. No, I'm kind of wondering if they're gonna keep your main character to have a voice in 4. So I like how they have a personality, which is nice.
Not ready yet.
Let's keep going. Sickle.
Still recharging.
Ooh-wee.
Granting strength.
And leveled up. Oh my god. Sweet. Oh.
I will enjoy this. Not ready yet.
Well, dang. Oh. This and a bigger tomb. Let's go in a circle. I think I'm going in a circle. Yeah, I'm going in a circle. So I'm trying to remember how you bring up the big map. So I know there's a big map you can bring up. No, not that. I don't remember.
Need more time.
Let's see. Dagger's better. That's better chest. Oh yeah, skills. Still don't have that stuff. I don't know if I should do rend yet. Stomp or leap? I leap. Oh, gotta wait until the cooldown is done. Okay. Let's change this into a leap. So that way we can leap into combat. Oh yeah, we got these. I'm actually not gonna put those in during this playthrough. Just not gonna do that. I'm gonna put my Paragon points into the playthrough. That would be kind of cheap. It'll make it way too easy. Kind of hoping to run across the psychedelic level, the cow level, and a couple other things during this playthrough. That is very memorable for me, anyway, when it comes to story. Ah, here we go. There's a couple things I'm missing. I forgot, like, the big map is down on the D-pad. I swear, either it was on PC or something like that, you can kind of keep it open, the big map. Maybe I'm thinking about Path of Exile. Might be thinking about that instead. Goes down another level. This might be the right one.
I am on the right path. The crown must be near.
Yes, the crown. The crown. This monstrosity. Oh, he's dead. Little mimic, just laughing away. Ah, these things. Oh, yeah, forgot. That's leap.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
Whoa. Are you sure about that, nerd? I'll do that. Keep that abide. New wrappings. That's about it. Okay, now we just need a portal. I forgot. Left on deep end? No,
I'm
right
returning
on.
to town.
See, I told you guys it's been a while since I played this damn game. It's like, oh yeah. Portal is right on deep end.
You found the crown. Truth be told, I didn't think you'd make it back alive. Ah, it needs repair. Should be no problem.
Should be no problem.
It's good to work again. There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making spades to occupy my mind. I want my life to mean something.
Then follow me and hone your skills. There is deadly work to be done, and I will need your arms.
Yes. Not good enough.
You said that your grandsire was King Leoric's chancellor. Tell me of him.
Not much to tell. I lived with my father in Caldeum at the time. We heard that my grandfather stayed in Tristram until the end, trying to save lives. Don't know if he succeeded, but there it is. When the Skeleton King fell, my grandfather was dying from a sword wound. He had the crown sealed with him to keep it safe.
Your grandsire was a hero in his own way. You should be proud. What are you doing here? Your wife's body is barely cold.
I buried her, and now there's work to be done.
There is no weakness in mourning, blacksmith. When I was a pup, a cowardly warrior of Westmarch shot my father from safety within Bastion's keep. I held my grief inside as I pulled myself up the keep's wall and screamed at the cur as I choked the life from him. Those who make themselves hard make themselves brittle. You are no good to me, Broken.
I don't want to talk about my wife. Dead is dead and gone is gone. Do you want work done or not?
It is true though. Keep things tucked inside you. It's eventually just gonna blow up in your face. Don't do that. Gotta let things out. If you're suffering, let it out. Just let it all out. Everything's required to be at least level 70. Yeah, there's this dude over here that does the PvP stuff. Has anyone ever actually tried to just play PvP? Are there actual PvPers for Diablo?
Some heroes are fighting each other in an area near here. Wanna go? Oh, and you didn't hear about it from me. Afraid of damaging your armor or weapons? That won't happen over there. In fact, no one even dies. Disappointing, really.
Nah. Diablo's not meant for PvP, man.
Leoric's crown has been reforged.
Ah, at last. With it, you can unlock the sealed door in the room where you rescued me and enter the royal crypts. When you find the Skeleton King, place the crown atop his head and destroy him.
I will crush him and find the fallen star.
It's gonna be sad to never hear Deckard Cain ever again. Unless they have him in, like, audiobook format, like, you know, you pick up something and it's his writings or something like that, that'd be, I guess that would pass off for that. But I don't know if they rehired the guy that voices him. Actually, who does voice Deckard Cain? Should look it up, see if it might reappear. And well, probably definitely. I don't know if they're gonna do revoicing for Diablo 2 Resurrection, or I don't know. I don't know if they released any credits for Diablo 4 yet. It would be cool though. So yeah, I think my stopping point is when we defeat the Skeleton King. Then we'll go on to our fourth and final game. Yeah.
From our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
Let's see, what's that one? Overpower? Yeah, I'm probably going to change Overpower to... because I don't think I ever used it on any of the times I played this game. I'll probably do... maybe Warcry? Battle Rage. Warcry. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh my god.
Still recharging.
Oh, these guys are tough. Don't run away from me. You shall never run away. That's the one thing I like about Leap, is that you can like take little shortcuts.
Impossible. You cannot stand before. Not ready yet.
Damn. Oh, first loot goblin.
Need more time.
Oh, gotta get him. Oh, no. Son of a bitch.
Not ready yet.
There we go. Sweet. Ooh. Nope. Yes. Sure. 3. Yeah, motherfuckers!
Maintain your incantations. He will soon turn.
Not if I can help it.
Your magic. I am free. Now, back to my mission.
Oh yeah, this dude. He's a Templar, isn't he?
Who are you?
You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well.
Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I come to vanquish the Skeleton King.
As do I.
Look. How did you know the Skeleton King was alive? Or coming back? Technically, he'll never be alive ever again, but... You know, he's active.
Cultists dragged me past this glowing pit. What made it?
I am here to find out.
Down this way. There are my weapons.
I think we need to go down this way.
Do not let him rearm!
Stupid cultist.
I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
I know a Templar can be trusted. Together we fight.
Alright. Oh! I think in the follower I'm gonna have is probably the mage mystic person, and or the archer. Probably who I'll have. Oops. Poor guy hardly does any damage.
Black magic bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger.
I can't.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Could go a lot smoother.
You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this coven?
The coven is my brotherhood now. The powers we serve will soon rule this world. Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven.
Damn.
Thank you for your aid. I will go with you on your hunt for the Skeleton King. But there is one condition. If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Agreed.
Then onwards we go to fight the Skeleton King.
Can't wear. Actually, where is he? Oh yeah, I can't do his party stuff right now. My follower.
to fight with you again.
Here we go. Follower. Got nothing for him. Okay, either heals you or taunts enemies. Do that instead.
A useful skill.
We'll find some stuff for him eventually. Shortcut.
I will forever live in anguish for my last attempt to honor my king. As we lay him to rest in his burial chamber, he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on.
Yep. Dead zone. Sweet.
And now I wander, cursed by my once beloved king. Evil gnaws at my bones, and I cannot risk putting my beloved Tristram in danger, should I fail to contain that which tears at me. I must venture down into the labyrinth, to die
Passive
alone.
slot. Nope. Nope. Let's see, provides life regeneration, or use headbang, slow. Now, let's see, pound of flesh. You're healed by generation, or deal additional damage to enemies below. Oh, yeah. Do that. Aha! Enemy slain by cleave explode. Cool. Let's do rolling thunder. Cool. Leap is still good. So that's still okay. Anything else? I have to be level 14 to unlock that. Yes.
I tried to count how many we've killed, but I've lost track.
And dead zone. Okay, there is. I think we need to go down south. Oh. Alright, going the right way. Big hiding boat. Crystal, nothing else there. Gosh darn it. Trying to find the right area. That's just a room. Tis but a room. Yes, be vanquished. Ugh. If I need to go this way.
The ancients smile on me.
I'm just messing with shit. Oop.
way.
An incredible feat.
I really don't know where I'm going. Becoming peculiar. Okay, this is another dead end area. Dead end, dead end, dead end. I have a feeling I need to go over here, Got lost again. It's gotta be down south, because we started over here, I think. So we need to go somewhere over here. We already tried that area. Oh.
The ancient smile on me.
Just want to kill that group. Give me a little bit of entertainment while I'm continuously trying to find the next area.
Are you ever afraid in battle?
True warriors overcome their fear.
We are both blessed then. My faith armors me against fear.
I have a feeling it's this way. Yep. I just went a little further south. There we go. Just continuously keep breaking shit.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
So that was the events of that.
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn!
I won't do that.
Oh, saw that orb. Move faster. Move faster. Faster. One-time speed. I think I need to go north.
We have just arrived in Tristram, and I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery, hardly fit for the King of Condorus. I cannot fathom why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
Because he's an asshole.
You will never defeat me!
Oh, will I now?
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
Right. All right.
No way. Impossible.
Damn. Crown. I keep junking stuff. I need to like unjug them. That way I can figure out like what he wants to use. Yeah, there we go. A shield for him. Because I think for him, he can do that, his own little artifact thing, necklace, and 2 rings.
Ah, good.
the crater.
There's someone in it.
It was you that fell from the sky? You are the source of all this destruction, and yet I sense no evil about you.
I am. I remember falling.
Then who are you? Why are you here?
I am not your enemy. I think. Yes, I believe I have come with a warning.
Have I played Diablo 3 before?
Darkness
Yes.
is coming. I don't remember.
I will take you to see Deckard Cain. He knows much.
I just never did a playthrough in this stream before. It's my first playthrough on the channel, but we've done like
journeyed far.
we've
to
done
find
riffs
that
and
the
everything
fallen
on the channel
star was
before.
only a man. Who is he? And why has he come? He remembers nothing. Perhaps Cain can tell us what the stranger cannot.
Alrighty then. Okay, cool. I'm not worried about spoilers or anything because I've probably beaten this so many
This
times
is what
and
fell from the sky.
had like
no man could survive
20
such a
or so
thing.
characters.
Who are you? What are you?
A warrior, I think. I came bearing grave news, but I cannot remember.
Your message might be all that can save us from impending doom.
Yes.
Tell me everything you remember, stranger. Every detail.
Falling. Fire. A sword of great power. It was part of me, but it shattered into 3 pieces as I fell.
It is vital that we find those pieces. I believe the sword made whole will restore your memory.
The goatmen are rampaging through the fields. Could the sword have anything to do with that?
Of course, of course. Just as the dead rose around the stranger, the sword pieces drove the goatmen to madness.
I will hunt the goatmen. The sword will be in their midst.
The Horodrim were powerful mages gathered together by the Archangel Tyrael to defeat the 3 prime evils, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. They devoted themselves fully to the destruction of the demon lords and left behind valuable tomes and teachings.
How did you become the last of the Horodrim?
My ancestor was the leader of the Horodrim, Jared Cain. When the Horodrim died out, their tomes stayed in my family. I was thrilled by tales of the Horodrim as a little boy, but it wasn't until I returned to them as an adult that I realized they contained deeper truths.
Whoa.
Tyrael is the angel of justice. He has been helping mankind for generations, though he is forbidden to do so in any direct manner. Long ago, the high heavens and the burning hells made a pact as a result of the Sin War that they would not interfere in our world.
The demons have broken this pact. Why does Tyrael do nothing?
The Angiris Council, the archangels that lead heaven, almost destroyed our world once to keep the demons from spreading their corruption upon it. If Tyrael were to act directly, it would alert the Council to the demons' activities here and imperil us all.
You have no other memories?
Only that there were surges of light.
Guys, guess what? He's
a kind of pain.
How do you fare now?
The emptiness gnaws at me. It is a constant frustration.
Stay strong. The sword cannot be far.
She has nothing new. Oh, you have something new.
I hear you are going to the fields. It was a place of great beauty before the dirty Khazra fouled it with their presence. Kill some of them for me, will you?
Will do. I'll take that. Chunk that. Unless that my follower. We'll take it. Okay.
Just the thing.
Just the thing. Salvage. Yeah, boy.